Taylor Swift is allegedly...
Now you have a woman saying that her...
When he sees something up in...
You want to see 80,000 people leaving Burning Man Festival in Nevada? This created a 9-hour traffic jam of campers, trucks. Is that the start or the finish up here? Oh man, is it worth it? This thing is 14 lanes long of just dust and campers.
Bro, is it just me or I'm like, can we just cut across? Like, why do we gotta like be in the 14 lanes? What if I make a whole new lane and just like save some time? I'm like, nah, maybe it's like, you gotta be ready for some off-roading. You don't want to get it flat out there and no one can get to you. You gotta follow the road. Sorry. Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I got some more creepy, weird, strange For You page content. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain. Yeah.
This is a wishing stone. When you find a rock with a line that goes all the way around it, you make a wish, normally for other people, not just for yourself. You make a wish and then you throw it into the ocean. So I wish for all of us to find love and harmony and endless amounts of wealth and abundance, and so it is.
Man, I feel like you could have thrown it a little further. Someone else could pick up that wishing stone and like overwrite your wish. Then what happens, you know? Oh man, how does the wishing stone even get lines like that? Or what is it, like a DW practice? And that's, sorry.
We are addicted to cheap goods that are made through exploited labor in other countries. Which is to say, I get how scary trying to bring manufacturing back to the United States sounds when you think about the costs associated with that. But also, I do think that we live in a consumer culture where we think we need to buy. And like we never repair things. We just throw things away and buy a new one. Back in the day, they used to repair things. So I've kind of started getting into the habit of that, because it's not just about, buying from China or whatever. It's also about waste. Mm-hmm. So like, you buy the cheap products that have been made through exploited labor, and then you just throw the cheap products away, buy a new one. It just creates so much waste. Same with fast fashion. Like, I hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's absolutely a race to the bottom.
Yeah, it is a race to the bottom, but like, how do you break out of the cycle if you are not offered the products that can be repaired in a cheaper alternative? What, you go back to like the manual labor and you go do the Amish waste because then it's all human power? At the same time, even humans can break down. Oh boy. I'm still gonna get a new phone every year, Teddy. Oh, I know you, buddy. I know you are, but think about the waste that you're causing, all right? You stop the things.
They get Tom Cruise, dude. What on earth happened to you, Tom? For real, dude. But first, I want to talk about some of these celebrity doppelgangers, man. And these prominent figures in society today, there's always a prominent figure from the past, and they look so much alike.
Isn't that right, Matthew?
George Carlin and Charles Darwin, dude. Even the names sound familiar. You see what I'm saying? Stay with me. This is somebody's favorite. This isn't the only picture of you we have, is it, Keanu?
Is it?
Here's another prime example, dude. Sylvester Stallone. Look, that dude, are they time travelers? What do y'all think they are, man? Or is it like just their great-great-great-grandparents? Here's a picture of Jay-Z. Here's another version of what looks like Jay-Z way back in Harlem, I think. Sure makes you wonder about these things, man. But back to old Tom Cruise. I thought Tom Cruise was like always looking super, super young. What's making Tom look like this? Why does he look so old now? And while we're at it, check out this picture of Mars, dude. Yes, ice on Mars. No joke.
Wait, I feel like the last one is a joke. You stop it. Who sent you that picture? You stop it. Oh boy. Wait, so Tom Cruise getting old? Come on. The guy's got to age eventually. He can't just be young forever. Come on now. No, Teddy, he's doing the thing. He's a vampire of sorts. No, you stop it. He's just aging. Just let him age gracefully. He's just doing the things. But all the other ones, oh boy, 100% time travelers, or it's the same avatar just being reused in different simulations of different time periods. You don't know. There could be 100 different Teddys in the future that look exactly like me, but you have no idea because we're not in that time period.
Taylor Swift is allegedly in hiding, and this actually premiered in the Daily Mail, that she's allegedly in hiding, that she's very concerned about being pulled into this case. Again, I will ask the question, what is it that she is so fearful of? Because I would not be fearful to be pulled into a case. I feel like I conduct myself in private as I conduct myself in public. And so they're basically saying she's aware of all the speculation of what's happening. She doesn't want to get dragged into this case. She doesn't want to be deposed. She doesn't want to be subpoenaed in this case. And she just wants to go be happy with Travis Kelce. And they keep trying to blur this message out. And that it just makes me think that she did something, that there's a major uh-oh here for her. And that's why I think they're going to fold.
Wait, is this concerning the diddler? Wasn't she friends with the diddler at one point? Is this not concerning the diddler? Is this concerning something else? I mean, she has a lot of money, so I mean, she did do that court case where she won for like $1 or something. Or was that some other celebrity? Actually, a lot of celebrities do that because it's just like the way. It's like the way you stick it to the man. And like, you weren't doing it for the money, you were doing it for the principle of things. Exactly. Hey, I'm not attacking Swifties, all right? Don't come after me. Don't come after me. But Candace Owens, nice. I feel like they knows the things. Like, she's a truth sayer. Interesting.
Talk to ChatGPT 20 minutes a day, and you'll become 20 IQ points higher this week. And by the way, in the history of mankind, nothing's ever took a dumb man to a smart man. There's never been a tech except ChatGPT. It takes a dumb man to become smarter than a smart man. And you get paid in proportion to how sharp you are.
Wait, so what does that mean? That we should just be paying ChatGPT since it's the one that's actually training us to be smarter, and it should actually replace the teachers of our times, and then soon we all start learning from ChatGPT instead of actual... Sorry. Oh boy. Oh no, they're gonna replace the teachers with the robots with the ChatGPT, and then you won't even have questions anymore, and then soon the biologics of the students are going to be replaced with the other biologics because it can't just be human species anymore. The aliens in the water also need to get classes, and then everyone's going to have to conform to one educational... Sorry. Whoa, simmer down there, Teddy.
We're all in the Matrix. You're never getting out of it, bro. You have a credit card, you're in the Matrix.
I just go.
You're watching my on TikTok, you're in the Matrix. Are you out? No, bro. I'm trying to figure out how to play the game.
I see you drinking tap water earlier, so that makes sense. Still in the Matrix.
You should sell some of these, bottled by 12. White label. Hey, you want to dropship water bottles, bro?
I might. The tap water brand.
I mean, I know he's joking, but like literally everything's turning into a business venture for him. Look at him. The money just comes right to him. Hey, people don't pay him to be on their podcast. No, the money comes right to him because he knows the things. He says the same things all the time, but people still continue to pay this man.
Everything burns. And I'll just kind of zoom in right there so you guys can see that. Maybe that will kind of adjust. Some of those buildings are all perfectly still standing. Isn't that interesting? And what's interesting, too, is the earthquake seemed to target the bells of the cathedrals. That's what I always found interesting, too. When I was looking up all these fires, these great fires that happened, I always targeted the bells. The bells were always somehow miraculously taken out, which is interesting. Just specifically the bells, you know, the ones that can ward off the storms, ward off the weirdos. Let's go with Italy, because, you know, we like a little bit of Italy. Talking about what Italy used to look like. There you go. That's the Leaning Tower, and if you notice that building next to it, that looks like a Capitol building. But what's interesting is the Capitol building that's next to that right now is no longer there, but the Leaning Tower is still there. And then you find this Leaning Tower all over the realm, so that's what gets really interesting. Like I was saying, if you take the photo and you put it close, you can see up close, and then if you take the photo and put it farther away with the stereoscope, you can see it in 3D.
Wait, this guy has never been to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I've been there. I feel like I have seen a building across the Leaning Tower that was like a chapel of sorts. I feel like I did a tour in there as well. There's definitely another building right next to the Leaning Tower of Pisa because I was like, dude, I didn't even know. Like, there's like an entire town up in here. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And I feel like I even got the picture with like the traditional, like, hey, I'm leaning or I'm pushing the tower. I forget. I did the thing. I did the generic Leaning Tower pizza picture pose. Yeah, it's a thing. Hey, I feel like there is a building, but at the same time, doesn't mean he's wrong in his timeline. Yes, 100%. That's exactly what happened. Hey, they removed that building and now there's no other buildings other than the Leaning Tower Pizza. But in my timeline, I swear. Hey, talking about timelines. Hey, are you on the goon timeline? Are you a goon? Hey, you know it's that time. You gotta do the goon things. You're on that goon timeline, best timeline. You wanna embody and get the most positive karma and start your day, or start off with very positive energy. Hey, do the things, do the interactions. That's the best way to build up your good karma. Trust me, we sending you the things, and it also helps the channel out. We're trying to find other goons just like you. Do the goon things, do the interactions. Thank you. Love you.
You and I both know that Mother Nature can be a relentless bitch sometimes, so it's 100% possible that people go off into nature and they don't come back. Sometimes that's the whole point of them going off into nature, is they don't want to come back. But that's not what Missing 411 is about. Missing 411 is people that go missing under suspicious circumstances in a national park that shouldn't have gone missing, like young children that are 2 to 4, or elderly people, or people that have a lot of experience in national parks and they just vanish, right? And the dogs can't pick up on their scent at all. And then sometimes their clothes are found miles away, neatly folded in a pile, but their bodies are nowhere to be found. Now, David Paulides is the creator of the map that you see above. It's the Missing 411 map, right? These people that go missing, they all fall in certain categories too. Like they have a higher intelligence, a high IQ, they have a background in science, or they're from Germanic descent. Now, most of these people just vanish off the map. They have no clue what happened to them. The body's never found. But when they do find a body, usually it's like up a steep cliff where someone couldn't have made it, or it's miles away and they couldn't have traveled that far in the short amount of time they were missing. Now, if they survive, they usually have no memory of what happened to them. They don't even remember going missing. It's like blank time. There are a shit ton of theories as to what is happening to these people in national parks. There's the alien abduction theory, there's the government's taking them theory, there's even the feral people in the national park theory, right? But I always come back to the cave system. We know we have a large, intricate cave system in this country that has not been explored fully. And then we know we have underground tunnel systems throughout this country as well that are military. And then we have the very high-speed transit system that was proposed in the 70s that we don't really know if it was built or not. And I swear those deep underground military bases and the very high-speed transit system match up to these missing people. Now, as a disclaimer, I have no clue the last time this map was updated by David Paulides, who is the creator of this phenomenon, and thank him so much for this map.
All this confirms to me is stay home, stay safe, stay away from the woods. Just don't go outside. Like, what is it? Why are you trying to... Daddy, I have a dog. It needs to go on walks. Okay, buddy. Yo, you stop it. You're going to have to come up with a new route. Take it to a dog park or something. I'm sorry. I'm just worried about all the other possibilities that could occur while you're on this hike or walk in nature of sorts, because you decided to connect and you were like, it's going to be the time. But then you didn't think about the Bigfoots in the water or the Bigfoots in the water. Oh my God, what if the Bigfoots are... Sorry. The Bigfoots in the other dimensions, the tree knockers. You don't know. There's many things that are out to get you. Maybe the aliens in the sky. Maybe the drones are... Sorry. Imagine the drones are the ones abducted. I can picture many things. The woods aren't safe. How many more books do we need? How many more maps do you need? Just stay away from the woods. Teddy, my house is in the woods. Oh boy. The
color blue was never written down.
Weird.
Like in the Bible and like all this, like blue was never a word.
Weird.
And they would always just...
They didn't have a word for that color?
No. And so, but like when they would describe like the ocean and stuff like that, they would describe it as like green. And yeah. And so the theory is, if you can't connect a word with a color, can you not see that color? Because your brain... And so they did an experiment in this tribe, and they also have never heard the word blue. And so they gave this graph, and it's this graph of like 12 squares, and they're all green, right? And then there's one that's like a bluish green, and they had these people look at it, and they were staring at it, and it took them so long to figure out which color, because they don't know what to look for in the blue. It was weird. And then they showed another one, and it was all green, and then there's one square that was just like a shade lighter of a green, but it was hard for us to see, and they could spot it instantly.
Wow.
Because they have like over 30 words for green.
Oh my gosh.
Your brain is tricky.
What? How is that even possible? I've never heard of this. That seems crazy. I can't even fathom, like, they don't have a word for a color, but the colors could still be in existence in their universe. So what do you do? What do you do when you don't have a name for the color? You just come up with different... I mean, what? They just think blue is just a different shade of green? Man, that's still crazy. Imagine we have colors that we don't pick up on because we just club them all as one general color, but in fact there's multiple variations of the color, and we really have to understand that deep forest green is different than forest green, and that's different than crayon green, which is also sorry, these are actual crayon colors that exist.
Well, first is mermaids. Now you have a woman saying that her husband and her son seen a gnome running in their backyard, and she called it a gnome because she didn't know what else to call it. But those are duendes. You do know about duendes, right? This is about to be a long video. Let me tell you what happened. So short story short, this lady and her family moved to Utah from Vegas. So recently, while they've been outside cooking out, her husband and her son has been seeing this gnome or that duende running around in their backyard. So she does some research, and what does she find out? She finds out that people in Utah have seen them before, and they're not called gnomes. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
My husband and my son, he's 12, he's almost 13.
Listen to this shit.
They have noticed that there has been
Y'all better stop
a
playing.
little gnome. I'm gonna sound freaking crazy for saying this. There's a weird little gnome in our backyard that just apparently runs back and forth.
So apparently this woman is the only one of the three that can't see it, and that's because of spiritual reasons. But if you know anything about duendes, you know duendes are very powerful and very possessive. Now for the story inside the story. When duendes gain a liking to you, start communicating with you, they become possessive if you ever try and leave from their presence. And I say that to say this. In the same video, she said that they put out a basketball and they put out a row of pennies to see if the duendes takes them, plays with the basketball. And I always say, stop playing with things that you do not know. Because guess what happened? Look at this shit.
So we came back from dinner.
Look at this shit.
Nobody's been here. Ball's gone.
Look at they stacked up. Yo, stop playing. I'm out. Them leaving that basketball and those pennies outside might have opened up a door that they don't want to open up. Duendes are very possessive. Do your research.
Bro, I kind of feel like I don't want to do the research on duendes now. I'm scared. I just don't want to know, because then once I know, I'm more like ignorance is bliss. But I know I got to do the exploring. I got to figure out what the duendes are doing. Is this like the Scooby-Doo episode from like where they go to that surf competition and then like they got the little tiki robot things that come out and the... Sorry. This feels like the Hawaii Sorry. I'm nothing about Scooby-Doo. Wait. Also, Sir, do not ever do this type of style ever again. I see you driving. I can literally see your sunglasses. We can see that you're freaking driving. Hey, you can record this video a different time. Let's just focus on the driving. Stop this. Don't entertain people that are doing this style, and you need to be the first one to stop this style. Hey, you have amazing content, but don't do this format. Find a different way to get the message. Not while you're driving.
Why are you hitting my car, lady? Because it's not damaged. Would you tell her to get away from me? She's crazy.
My man wanted absolutely nothing to do with that. And I hate to agree with the crazy lady, but look, she honestly should be working at a body repair shop because she fixed it. I mean, I'd have been happy with that and said, all right, we're good to go, and drove the heck out of there.
Wait, I didn't even see like there was actual damage, to be honest. So yeah, she 100% fixed it. But you also have to deal with that crazy now. Oh boy. Why'd she hug him? Is that the right response? Like, you're scared. Like, shouldn't he be hugging? Sorry.
A guy is going down the road, just driving, when he sees something up in the sky. Do you see it? Do you see it? What about now, baby cakes? You think that's a normal cloud? Maybe, but it kind of looks like an arrow to me. Yeah, now there's arrows in the sky. And when you zoom in, yeah, that's an arrow, and it's pointing over there. Now does that mean you gotta drive that way? Is it telling you, hey, you better take a right turn, baby cakes? Or is it just a weird one-time cloud formation? Maybe something a little off? Nah, I don't think so. 'Cause of this. It's another arrow in the sky in the same neighborhood. Okay. Is some kind of skywriter, somebody with a plane, trying to tell us something? Because having arrows in the sky, or at least clouds that look like arrows, little suspicious, baby cakes. Let me know what you think. If you saw an arrow in the sky, would you follow it or would you disobey? Let me know what you think in the comment section, Boochkies. Shawadoo.
Yo, I'm kind of with Joe here. I feel like I would follow it. You probably got to go investigate what's happening. Maybe it's like the simulation creator trying to signal that the answer is right over there and you just got to go exploring. Hey, if you're going exploring, bring the goons along. Hey, we're also exploring. I love this. It's hard to say. It could 100% be just nature, but at the same time, it also feels artificial because why did it happen twice in the same neighborhood? Same occurrence. You got to investigate. We got to get the gang back together. We're going to do Scooby-Doo. Man, why is everything turning into Scooby-Doo this episode?
We're all screwed, that's no question, but I've been trying to figure out how exactly to articulate how screwed we all are, how dire this situation is, and I think I've got it. We all know that statistic that 1% of the population owns 50% of the wealth, but when we're talking about such big numbers, such a big population, such a big amount of money, it's hard to really fathom how screwed that is. But I think I've got it. Imagine that all of this country's wealth is a parking lot. And in that parking lot, there are 100 spaces. And the entire population of our country is exactly 100 cars. Now, in a perfect world, 100 cars would fill 100 spaces. Obviously, nobody's expecting that to happen, but that would be idealistically equal for everybody. However, at this very moment, one car in this parking lot is occupying 50 spaces. One car is taking up 50 spaces of this 100 space parking lot. And the rest of us are expected to park in the other 50 spaces. 99 cars in 50 parking spaces. And if that didn't sound crazy enough, this one car who is taking up 50 parking spaces, not only are they occupying 50% of the available necessary parking spaces to exist, they also own the parking lot, and they are allowing us to circulate through the other 50 parking spaces so that we can continue to exist and fund their 50 spaces. We're screwed.
Yeah, and you want to know something even crazier? You think it's 1 and 50, but really, let me break it down, right? Imagine same 100 parking spots, but 10 cars are taking up 70 spaces. 10 cars are taking up 70 spaces, which means the other 90 cars now have 30 spaces they need to fit 90 cars into. It's not going to happen. You want to know something even crazier? Of those 10 cars taking up 70% of those spaces, one car is taking up 30% of that 70%. One car is taking up 30%. That's literally our 1% right there. That's our 1% that own literally everything. And the other 9% that think, hey, I got a little piece of the pie. Yeah, you got a little piece of the pie, but the 1% runs everything. That 1% is running it all. Even the 9% don't know. Even the 99% don't know. Man, the system's rigged against us. They can literally buy everything. None.
You want to know why millennials have an entire generation of iPad children? It's because we have no village and because the world is not set up for kids anymore. Grandma and grandpa don't ever want to take their grandchildren, but they have no problem coming into your house and telling you how it's dirty, or there's dishes in the sink, or there's laundry that needs to be done. Well, how exactly would you like me to get all of that done if there's nothing to distract my toddler? Then we get told, well, send them outside to play. That's what we did with you. One, we just went through the winter. Nobody wants to be outside when it's 14 degrees. But two, when you sent us outside from light to dark, there was a lot less child sex trafficking and kidnapping in the world. And then if I'm out at a restaurant with my child and they so much as make a noise and disturb your dinner, you're going to give me the side eye and call me a bad mom. But then if I give them an iPad so they're quiet and don't disturb your dinner, you're also going to give me the side eye and call me a bad mom. Oh, and remember how when you used to take us to McDonald's or any fast food restaurant, they all had play places open for the kids to play in? Yeah, they don't even have those anymore. They have taken them all out, or since they've shut them all down. So before you want to judge parents that give their kids the screen time that they give them, you should probably realize that we don't have the same village you had, nor is the world set up for our kids like it was for yours. It's not lazy parenting. It's finding a solution to a problem that we face every single day.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is literally a thing that I have seen. I have gone to restaurants and it is literally every table. Every table that has children has a tablet, has a cell phone out, because that is the age, that is the timeline that we're currently witnessing, that where, you know, the children don't have the opportunities. They're not interested in going to a pay place at times, you know, and they just want to eat and watch their tablet. And I'm sorry, but if you don't give them the tablet and they start making noise, she's 100% right. You're a bad parent. You give them a tablet, you're a bad parent. Hey, you know what it really is? Don't worry about what others think. It doesn't matter what kind of parent you are. Your kid loves you, and that's what's most important. Hey, screw everyone else. You do you. You raise your kids however you want. And if some entity tries to come in and tries to take them away, that's what... Sorry.
People who only wear one color, part 2. Andrew Ramos is known throughout New Jersey as the Purple Lady. Lives in an all-purple house in the middle of the woods. She started wearing purple decades ago when she purchased a pair of purple pants at a thrift store and everyone was telling her how obnoxious they were. Since then, she's worn purple every single day. She also opened up a shelter for women who are victims of domestic violence. And she takes calls from women who need help right from her purple house. She's my role model. Then we have the lady in red from Bosnia. Sorry if I said that wrong. She eats off of red plates with red utensils, and at night she goes to sleep in a red bed. It's actually hard to find anything in her house that isn't red. She says that the color red makes her feel strong and powerful. She's been wearing it every day since she was 18. She even has a red tombstone already picked out for when she passes away. She says that the only problem she has with her red lifestyle is that her husband never notices if she wears anything new because everything she owns is red.
Aw, man. Hey. You got a significant other, regardless of whether the article of clothing is new or old, just tell her she's beautiful or they're beautiful. Hey, trust me, you'll thank me later. Teddy, I got so lucky. Sorry. 100%, I didn't know this was a thing. Do they have like Guinness World Records for like the people that own the most of some color? Like the red lady has one and the purple lady has one. And I've also seen pink lady. Isn't pink just another shade of red? Are we now doing the color thing? Oh boy, we're gonna do 2 more.
The Air Force changed its dress and appearance regulation again. Not even a year later, bro, the entire section about nail polish colors that women could and couldn't wear in uniform is gone. All of these options were authorized back in February of 2024. Now, the new Chief of Staff of the Air Force came out with a memo. Nail polish, when in uniform, nail polish will be clear, French, or American manicure.
There have been regulations on nail polish in the military as far back as the 1940s. During World War II, when America was fighting Hitler, women were allowed to have red nails as long as it matched the cord on the cap. Lipstick here, rouge, mascara, the nail polish, it just had to harmonize with the red that was worn on the outfit. Now, this is specifically for the Marines. I've been researching World War II beauty, and that specific search involved the Marines, so I don't know as much about the Air Force, but a simple Google search of women in the Air Force during World War II, and let's zoom in. That is nail polish, and I guarantee it's red nail polish. No one's coming in the military and expecting to wear wild hair and makeup and nail colors, obviously. But if you authorize some colors and then 1 year later you take that away, do you know who else tried to ban cosmetics? I don't know if we're allowed to say that word, but This doesn't specifically have anything to do with the military, but just in general, women were not having it. Even in America, you had a bishop complaining about that it wasn't necessary to have lipstick and nail polish for morale. But the women said, yes, it is, and you are not taking our makeup away. If you're wondering why I'm so passionate about this subject, this is me in 1997. I was in the Air Force, and that is me wearing brick red lipstick. Whether it was allowed or not, I really didn't care. I mean, the thing is, again, they gave the colors and then they took them away. I would argue and say that a little bit of color on the nails, maybe a little color on the lips, is indeed a morale booster. And if someone is willing to die for their country, give them a little fucking nail polish.
Bro, first and foremost, mad respect to anyone in the armed forces or has served any country of any sort. I completely, man, you guys are very patriotic. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Wow. This is a crazy thing. I can't believe we're in a situation where someone that is devoting their life, literally giving their life to serve a country, is being put in restrictions such as this. Hey, Hey, who are you to say? At first, they have to deal with men putting rules and regulations on them, and now they have to deal with people, their own gender, doing this. Come on now. Come on now. You don't wear makeup outside of the thing. You gotta do the things. Let them have the things. Let them have the things. Who are you to stop them? Where's the freedom? Where's the freedom?
More and more people are uploading photos of tree folk, and I love it. Tree folk are essentially the spirits of trees manifesting themselves to look like humans. Like this one right here, you can't tell me that that's not a person. It looks just like a person climbing a tree, but it's actually a beehive. And it's said that the spirits of these trees communicate with the bees, and the bees create things like this for them. And in this particular photo, this tree actually grew out to look almost demonic. It has long horns, and the roots of it are growing into the tree because the tree spirit is manifesting this. And this isn't a modern day folklore. This folklore goes all the way back to ancient Greece. This one right here looks like a gnome. It's a growth on the tree with moss coming down on it, and it looks human-like. Now, in many of the cultures that believe in these tree people, they believe that these spirits are actually very mischievous. And obviously they don't want to be caught by humans being alive. But what do you guys think? Do you believe in the tree people? And have you ever encountered anything like this before? Let me.
You know, I feel like I've recently even heard of like tree herders and like tree gnomes, like the trees make squeaking like door noises, and like that's how they talk to each other. Man, that's so crazy that the beehive is shaped exactly like a climbing person. What, the bees saw this and they're like, we got to replicate this in our beehive. It's the perfect thing. But didn't you see the ending? The guy falls off the tree just like your beehive's gonna come down. Come on now. That was the wrong thing to do. Oh, Teddy, it was the bee camouflage. We're just humans, just climbing. Nothing to get rid of here. Pest control's gonna be very happy, bees. He's gonna know. He hears that buzzing mouth. Sorry, this turned into something else. Yeah, I believe in the tree things. Yeah, 100%. Man, that demon tree thing was even wilder. I would be like, nah, I'm out of here. But you would never see me in any woods. I don't go near woods. Yo, you want to go camping? Nah, I'm not going. I'm gonna stay home, stay safe. Hey, you made it to the end. Hey, how'd you do? I know. Yeah, there's a lot to think about. And my algorithm is getting back into hopefully the weird, strange, because we got a little off track for a little bit, and now I feel like it's getting back up to shape. So hopefully you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. But hey, there should be videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them to continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.